Hey guys, Dan Hood, Big DH 2000 here. It's actually Christmas night, but you guys won't see this video for a while. For some time now, a few of my buddies and I, one of them being Eric, Metrograde, have been talking about an idea. Eric was the first one to come up with kind of the concept, and then a lot of us have kind of gone from there and worked out a couple of other things on things you can do. You've seen the Ocularis plugs. Here's the red one, okay? Nothing in it. Okay, there's been a lot of things, they saw the skull beads, then there was all kinds of beads you could put in them. Then there's glass marbles that are 3/8. I can't remember who it was sent me one of those, but I pushed one of them into the plugs right away and tried those out. And before I knew it, there was people using those all over the place. Those are awesome. I mean, all these ideas are cool. I mean, it just makes it so that you can use these plugs in all kinds of cool ways. You can also use different size ammo, depending on how heavy it is. One thing we've been talking about, and you won't see this video till Eric releases his. Some of you may have seen these. Let me see if I can get this to zoom in or focus right. This thing's terrible with focus on this camera. Anyway, what these are, have you ever seen those people with the big holes in their ears and they put these earplugs in to keep stretching them? That's what these are, okay? I ordered the 10mm ones. Several people have commented, we've talked a bit, we've gone back and forth with size. But if you look, especially the metal ones, the back end comes unscrewed and comes off, okay? And I'm going to be quite honest with you. You don't really need the piece. I'll put that piece right here in front of the camera. Okay, all you need is the back half here. If you look at it, you'll notice it has a rim on one side. Let's see if it'll focus. It has a rim on one side and it's flat on the other side because you took the other rim off with a screw. What people don't realize is these will fit perfectly in an Ocularis plug, okay? And you push them down to where the rim touches the Ocularis plug. So what I'd always wanted to do with this one, well, I'll leave the bands off for now, was what better to have there, and you push them in tighter after the fact. Okay, you can keep pushing them in with your fingers. Let me get the other one now. The thing is, you can buy these on Amazon. It's about, something like $12 or $20 for a set of 6. And when I say set of 6, they've got 2 of every kind. So there's a total of 12 in there. And see, for those who can't see, can you see the Superman emblem in there? Red with Superman. I just put the Superman emblem on this. Okay? I'm looking straight down Superman. Okay? And you put a nice set of heavy bands in here, and you're good to go. If you have a little trouble, and like this one, because I've reamed it out just a touch more, they also come in 12mm, and if you've also got one that's really tight and really small, they come in 8mm. You'll have to look at the size. The 10mm is called like 00 or something like that. They got a weird numbering system, and then most people enter them in millimeters and things. But anyway, this one isn't quite big enough for this specific slingshot because I've reamed and cleaned out these holes a bit, which is to be expected because if they're the right size, when you cast them, the casting shrinks a little bit, and when you clean it up, it's a little smaller. The hole's a little bigger. The plugs feel a little smaller. So I'm probably going to buy 12mm plugs for this to stretch out the plugs a bit. But you get the idea. The set I bought also came with Superman, with Batman, an anchor, came with a heart, and then what was the other one I had? Oh yeah, Skull and Crossbones. I mean, just go on to eBay, guys. The sky's the limit. But anyway, I'm going to keep this hush-hush because this was mainly Eric's idea, so I'll give him a chance to release it. He's got something really cool coming that he's been talking to us about, the few of us that chat with him privately. And once he releases that, you guys will be excited, and then we'll talk about this some more. But in the meantime, you can see sky's the limit. Nice metal. You can get them in brass. You can get them in, I mean, gosh, anything you can get for an earplug. Now, just be careful. Remember, there also are some. Let me see if I got that set here somewhere. Some of the ones made out of stone, they come pre-curved. They come with like a, it looks like two fat ends, just like this one had, and a skinny end. Remember, the 10 millimeter is in the dead center. The outside can be as much as 12 or 13 because of the way they do it. And you know, you can stretch your ear and push in 10 millimeter and then it'll sit there comfortably. It's a little painful while you push it in. You can't quite do that with Ocularis plugs. So get the ones where the ends screw off. If you do get the other kind, you're going to have to cut them on a bandsaw. At least cut the fat end, the one fat end off, so you can push it in. And then the wedge taper on it works so that if you need to push it in deeper to tighten it, you can. But it's very hard to get it in with the fat end, okay? So you can use those, just be more cautious with those. I always buy the metal ones with the end that unscrews and comes off so that I've got a perfectly fine one. 12 millimeter will work as well. Just got to have the 10 millimeters more comfortable on most of the ones that are already out there. The 12 millimeter works if you got one that, you know, if the plugs feel a little loose in it, that's when you're going to need 12 millimeter. Just play it by ear. If you're using, you know, if you're using the, you know, the 5, you know, whatever it is, 7/16 versus 3/8 versus 1/2 inch marble in the plugs, judge your diameter based on that. If you're using 1/2 inch, go get the 12 millimeters. If you're using more like the 3/8, you better be getting like the 8 or 10 millimeter to push into your plugs. Every slingshot's a little different, especially all these custom ones some of us are making, because when we clean them up, they ream out just a little bit more. If you're routing it like HDPE, like they do at Simple Shot, the 10 millimeter should fit perfectly fine with 1 layer to 2 layers of TheraBand Gold. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Oh, wait. We don't use TheraBand Gold. This is Nathan's stuff. We use the black latex, right?